there, and welcome back to Connections with Kenyatta Collins, where each and every week I share meaningful and relevant stories full of resources that I know the community can benefit from. Today, you'll see my story on a local Southern Soul artist and hear how she plans to use her talents to rise to stardom. May I ask you a question? When was the last time you purchased your music on a CD or vinyl? How often do you see these nostalgic treasures in stores? Hold tight, because I'm connecting you to a record shop that has music, vintage movies, and so much more. Plus, I have a special treat for all of my ladies out there who love and enjoy fashion just as much as I do. I can't tell you, you just have to stick around for yourself. You're watching Connections with Kenyatta Collins.
Hello, I'm Pastor Leo D. Cyrus, inviting you to share with us in our worship service. New Hope continues to do God's work in our community through weekly worship services and Bible studies. Our ministry has several outreach programs that serve the people of our community. Come be a part of our church family. We'd love to have you.
If I had the vocals of the person in the next story, I'd be a pretty great singer. But since I don't, I can honestly say that it feels good to hear this artist's melodious tunes. And guess what? Now you get to hear her too. Enjoy.
Hey, it's gonna cost you to ride this pony.
The beautiful voice you just heard belongs to none other than Southern Soul artist Miss Porsha. This songbird's journey into music began at a very young age.
My dad will tell you that I started singing at 2. His ringtone is Lady Soul, because that's what we used to sing, and I used to tell everybody, I'm my daddy, Lady Soul.
After high school, Miss Porsha enlisted into the United States Army, where she continued singing.
I always did the change of command ceremonies and the national anthem, and most of the others. They always had me singing, especially in basic training. That was crazy.
Once she returned home from the Army, she was introduced to singing background by her father, an introduction that would lead to her catching the eye of a famous blues singer.
I came back from the Army, and my dad, he's always been really athletic and and a musician. So he had a lot of nightlife going on in playing his trombone. And when I became legal, of course, he was like, well, why don't you come sing background with me? So I came, and I was like, I'm only going because it's you. So when I went and he paid me, that was kind of like, that was it.
That was seal the deal.
It was like, okay, so when do I come back? What time? Y'all do this every? And after I got paid by that, someone else asked me to do background, and I went with them. The next thing I knew, I saw Tyree Neal, and he said, I'm gonna work with you. And I said, okay. And he would see me around, and finally I got a call. And the next day I was working with Tyree Neal. And after that, he calls me in the studio one day to do background. Then he says, well, go ahead and write a verse for that. And then it came, I'm Still Wearing Your Name. That was my very, very first time recording. And from then on, I think Side Piece came, and then it's just, the rest is history.
That history includes the release of her first album, All in My Feelings, as well as a second album in the works.
While still making strides and touring on the strength of her album, Miss Porsha has a plan on how she'd like to release her new music.
What I want to do is have a little listening party and give people a chance to tell me which one they think should be the first single to drop. And then once I do that, I'm going to shoot a video for the single that everybody votes to push.
And what's something Miss Porsha would like the fans to know about her?
One thing I want them to know is that I do it more than anything for the love. So if you come to one of my shows, I surely hope you came to party because I feed off of their energy. The hyper they are, that's the hyper I get. I love to see people enjoying themselves. And as a natural people pleaser, when they standing up and they like, you better do that. I was like, okay, well, shoot, we ain't a flea. What you want me to do, girl? I just have fun with the people.
When asked what specific genre she fits into, Miss Porsha replied,
I fit in Southern Soul. I fit in blues. I don't consider myself typed into a genre. I like music. You know, I enjoy creating things, creating something that makes people happy. You know?
So what does the future hold for Miss Porsha?
Today, tomorrow, and every day thereafter, I am going to be happy no matter what I'm doing. I actually probably would like to get more on the backside of the music industry, in the music business. Not exactly sure where, but I would definitely like to keep doing this if the business will have me.
For Connections, I'm Kenyatta Collins.
Staff and faculty treated my kids like they were their own.
Shiloh is a place where, you know, your kids can come and be themselves.
The staff is very open to things that the parents have to say.
To enroll your child in Shiloh's Early Learning Academy, call 225-343-4734.
Hello, I'm Dr. Gerard Robinson Sr., pastor of the McEwen Baptist Church, and I want to invite you and your family to join the McEwen family in our worship experience. We have a number of ministries and outreach programs that's sure to strengthen your walk with Christ. I'm asking you to take the next step in your walk with Christ by joining us at the McEwen Baptist Church. We look forward to seeing you there.
Welcome to The Exchange, a music lover's paradise that specializes in selling vinyl, CDs, and so much more.
I try to have a little everything. DVDs, video games, books, t-shirts, art, vintage electronics, new electronics, you know. I try to have a little something for everybody and a little bit in every price range. I'm always surprised that people call and are still realizing that, you know, there's not a lot of places to buy music anymore, especially on a CD format. You got, several vinyl stores in town. Nobody's opening up CD stores.
The Exchange is owned by Mr. Victor Holliday, whose love for music is what led him to opening this unique shop.
I wanted a new avenue of creative endeavor somewhat. I used to be a hairstylist and I always liked music and just thought it was time to do something different.
Different indeed. The Exchange definitely has an atmosphere unlike any other.
I like to think I got a wide plethora of things, a little of everything and anything for everybody. I mean, jazz and blues is things I like, but you know, I got stuff like rap and R&B and local stuff, Cajun, brass bands, you name it.
To go that extra mile, Victor offers his customers a warranty with each purchase.
People are always leery of buying secondhand or used. I try to go the extra mile and be reasonable and understandable. I mean, if you got a product that you respect enough to put it on shelf, it should go without saying that you stand behind it.
When was the last time that you were in a store and were able to purchase a CD and a vinyl?
Whoever thought that, records would have made a comeback. If you know anything about audio, it's just You know, some people say they can't tell the difference between digital, so I guess they're deaf.
So how does this unique record store thrive in today's digital age of music?
Well, a true base to keep your store open would have to be people that actually enjoy music. If you're just buying something to sit it down and wait 30 years to see if you can, next week to see if you can sell it, it's kind of pretty lame for me. I mean, this is a great location. It's, you know, right off of Government Street in Mid-City. You know, weekends. You'd be surprised. People, you know, go home, pay those bills, and they have some money, and they pop up on Monday.
For Connections, I'm Kenyatta Collins.
Are you suffering from substance abuse? Has your addiction taken over your life and left you defeated? Don't give up hope. The New Hope Outpatient Substance Clinic can help you achieve abstinence from addiction. Call 225-926-7911 today and begin your journey towards a better life.
The fashion industry is constantly growing, and I can't keep up at all. The next segment gives insight on a fashion stylist, her services, and her love for the craft right here in our community. Take a look.
Good evening and welcome to Connections with Kenyatta Collins. And today we are talking fashion, all things fashion with professional stylist and fashionista, Elle Marie. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining me. Those are some nice pants.
Thank you. Thank you. So these are part of my up-and-coming denim line. It's called Denim Marie. I haven't really put it out just yet, but I don't really call myself a fashion designer just yet. I use the hashtag recreating with Elle because I take things and just recreate them into my own, I guess, my own style, my own vision. And I use different pieces, materials and stuff, and just distress the jeans and make them come to life.
Okay, so speaking of your own vision, where did your vision on fashion come from?
So my vision, I wouldn't say it's a vision. It was more so of something that I was just passionate about. I started just loving fashion, which may sound cliche, as a child. Just looking at different magazines and just looking at all the new and cool things and clothes and how people are putting them together. And I never knew there was a job called a stylist at the time. But I always used to like kind of cut out the pictures in the magazine and just kind of put clothes together and say, oh, I like that, even though I couldn't afford it at the time. But I always did just love putting the pieces together. So it was always just a passion of mine. And just, of course, as I grew older and realized that this is a job that you can actually do, here I am today.
Perfect. So with having the task of being a stylist, what are some of the everyday things you deal with?
Okay, so every day, of course, just with my clients, just having to make sure that I deal with a lot of professional people here in Louisiana. So just making sure that their image and their style with what they want to pursue, what they are pursuing, I exude that. You know, I work with a lot of master hairstylists. I work with a few comedians. I work with some credit consultant agencies, or I should say their agencies. And of course I work with the mayor. So just pretty much giving them that self-image to where when they step out, you know, not only do people know that they have it mentally, but physically as well, you know, with just their images and everything. So
now, with you being so busy with this full detail of clients, you still find time to work in the community with our youth, right?
Yes.
So you have a program for little girls.
Yes.
Let's talk about
it's a DIY. So I love to do DIY.
Okay.
So it's a DIY workshop that I created. It's called Recreating with Elle. So with that, we take useless or things that you probably don't think you need, and make it into an actual something that you can actually use or something that you can wear. We had 2 classes already. In the first class, we took a pair of denim jeans and made them into a crossbody purse, like a denim crossbody bag, and they put all kind of designs and stuff on them just to kind of make it their own. They also made took paper clips and made them into earrings. So, and we did that. It was last month. So I try to do them at least either once a month or every other month. So we have another one coming up in December, which we're going to take a T-shirt and make a book sack.
A T-shirt?
A T-shirt.
Well, I think I need to sign up for those classes.
And I actually used to have them for adults. A while back, we actually made, we took a piece of fabric and we made cardigans and stuff. So I don't know, I may bring that back. I don't know. I just love working with youth, just seeing how creative they can be. So I kind of stuck with the youth for right now. So.
Okay. We know that fashion is just growing constantly. How do you keep up with the common trends?
The thing is, I wouldn't say I don't keep up with the trends, but I don't, because not only do I try to create my own trends, but I try to, with my clients, I try to make things just suitable for them, because every trend is not for everybody. You know, everybody can't wear certain things that's out. You know, it may look good on that person, but it's probably not suitable for, you know, my client or what have you. So I do look at the trends, but I try to create things to where it's wearable for my clients and it's still trendy. So,
okay, your passion for fashion just shows throughout your appearance, your work, and any and everything that you touch. So much where you've been featured in, was it Voyage Dallas?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And more recently, the Baton Rouge Top 40 under 40?
Yes.
Awesome.
The Baton Rouge 40 under 40 just came out of nowhere. When I received the email, I was just reading. I was like, this can't be it. This can't be. Because I'm a fashion stylist, you know, it's a lot of, you know, huge businesses out here that's doing really good things, and for me to be selected and then on the actual cover, it was surreal. So I'm still in awe, you know. We hadn't had the actual event just yet, but just meeting people and networking and doing the things that we have done so far it's been an amazing experience.
I know this is really funny and it's totally off task, but one day I wore a polka dot sweater and polka dot pants, and I was told that I was totally out of the loop of fashion.
Oh, I wonder why.
I don't know. So do you offer classes to adults such as myself who may need, you know, a little help just getting out there with fashion? Or how would they get in contact with you if they're looking for things like that?
So I do have consultations where it is a fee for if you just need advice, fashion advice, or you don't really need, because some people probably don't need the actual styling services. They may just need just the consultation, the advice, the breakdown of, you know, certain things. So I do offer that, and you can email me at www.elmariebrand.com, or I'm sorry, that's my website, or you can email me at l@elmariebrand.com. So, and we can sit down and talk about whatever it is you need, and go from there.
Now, luckily you do offer a consultation, because a lot of people don't understand what all it entails with styling someone. So from head to toe, it's not an easy task. So I know you're probably online searching for different patterns and designs. So what are some of the things you look for when you are styling someone?
So again, it just really depends on the person and what the industry is and what their theme is. Most people come to me, they probably already have a theme or game plan in mind. They just don't know how to actually construct it in, you know, in all the order of the fashion side of it. So when they come to me, of course, we do the consultation and we go through everything that they need. I have a style survey and questionnaire that we go through, and from there, I kind of have a good game plan on what I want to do or how I want to execute certain things, but then I still sit down and I talk to them about, then we go into the theme and the process of that. Now, if they don't have a theme, then it's like I got to kind of bait it or manipulate it out of it, you know, and just ask certain questions and things that they're doing. So it just really depends on, it's client based. Sometimes people just come to me because they're like, I don't have no theme. I just want to do a shoot because it's my birthday. I want to try something new, you know, and they let me just have my way, and that's the most fun.
When they let you have your
when
way.
They let me have my way, you know. And I mean, I'm not saying that I want everybody to, you know, let me have my way, but when they say, I trust you, you know, just go ahead and do it, it's like, okay, now I can have a little fun, you know, I can add some stuff, add a little bit of me in there,
okay,
but still, you know, keep them in it as well.
Perfect. And at the end of every shoot, when you finish styling that person, what feeling do you get when you,
oh my God,
that overall just feeling that you just, I've styled someone and I made them feel important, I made them feel special?
I mean, it's a overwhelm. It's funny you asked me that because my client asked me that about a couple of months ago. I styled him and his wife, and he asked me that same question, and it's like, it's so overwhelming because it's like I've been dreaming and working hard towards this goal, just to have people just trust me in this way, like know that I can take their style and elevate it, you know. And when it's elevated and it's you know, I'm playing with prints and things that they're probably scared of and what have you, and to see it all come out, and then just to see people on just social media or just people that may see the pictures somewhere else and say, wow, you know, that was so good, you know, it was great. It's, I don't know, everyone. It's not even just one picture, it's every person I style. I feel that same initial feeling over and over. I'm getting a little emotional right now.
It's okay. It's okay.
I feel that same, you know, just feeling over again. It's just like, man, is this really me? Like, am I really doing this? I mean, because I know they could have went to anybody, you know, but they chose to come to me and let me, you know, work. And all the time, it's just, it's not easy every time. The fittings don't go perfect every time, and you know, the first look don't always be that look, you know, but they stick with me and they trust me and they work, and we work it out together, and it's like, then when you see it happen, and I work with these great photographers that just elevate the look, it's just like, wow, you know, it's an unexplainable feeling.
You got a chance to style Baton Rouge's first African-American female mayor.
Yes.
Ooh.
Girl.
That's big. That is big.
It is. And believe it or not, I have been trying to reach out to her for so long. It's not that easy to get in touch with the mayor. No. I have a vision board of people in that I want to style and things that I want to work on. So I'm just marking them off year by year. And I mean, she was on my board for a while. It was initially working with 225 magazine.
Okay.
And that finally came. Okay. And then the mayor was next. And it was just like, when I got that phone call, I was in the house and I literally, I was just like, wait, who this is? And it was just amazing. And I definitely have my, well, he told me not to call him a pastor anymore because he's not our pastor. But Raymond Jetson,
yes,
he was definitely someone that was behind me with that one. So, you know, I mentioned it to him, and from there, he mentioned it to her after me trying to get, you know, in touch with her. And then I just happened to mention it to him. Actually, from his, I hope I'm not wrong, but it's his secretary, and I talked to her about it, and then from her to him, and then you know how that train goes. And she ended up calling me, and it worked out. And I was just like, and the thing is, she called me and needed me to style her. I only had like, I think 2 or 3 days for the first look.
Really?
And I was like, I can't, I don't care what I have going on. I got to make it work.
Yes, yes.
I had to make it work, and it worked out, and it was just like perfect. And ever since then, it's like, you know, every time, I'm not her all the time stylist, but when she have like big, you know, events or major things that she have to do, she'll contact me and say, hey, you know, let's get together, let's kind of map this out or whatever. So, and that's why I say, as far as with, you know, working with certain people, certain things, certain styles go with different people. Like, you know, some of the stuff I couldn't make the mayor too edgy, you know.
Okay. Right.
But, you know, just enough to, you know, give her that, you know, that image that she needs. That little sprinkle.
Truly black girl magic.
Yes, she is.
The
She's
pins
so
that
sweet.
you're wearing, I admire the pins that you're wearing. I've been looking at them the whole interview. Those are nice. Like, you made these?
Well, actually, they're just oversized safety pins, and I just kind of took them and placed them in ways to where it looked like something.
That is amazing.
I love working with unconventional items and just making them wearable. So that's something that I do very, very often.
You look amazing.
Thank you.
I've got to get El Marie styled. I have to get El Marie styled. Thank you so much for having this interview with me. Thank you guys for tuning in to Connections, where you have just been schooled on El Marie. Be sure to check her out on Facebook, Instagram, and shoot her an email. She can drip you in drapes.
Oh, I like that. That's a hashtag.
Thank you for joining us. We'll be right back.
I hope that you've enjoyed today's episode. If so, be sure to drop me a line or two. Connections with Kenyatta Collins on all social media platforms. Until next time, be safe. Always be aware of your surroundings, and be sure to slow down and enjoy life. It's totally worth it. See you next week.